Alright, hi everyone, I'm Jim Freak, but you can call me Amber. This is going to be my tutorial on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl 80% one on version 1.1.1. Now, this is not going to explain how to actually obtain the 1.1.1 version of the game. The way you can check what version you have is you hover over your game, press plus, and in the top it will just say the version. So, a couple things to do before you start the run. First of all, make sure on whatever profile you're using that you have no save data. So, I'll just show you exactly how to get there. You go down here to System Settings. Go down to Data Management. Scroll down until you see Delete Save Data. Click your game. Click on the profile you want to use. I'm going to be using this one called Speedrun. Then you can click Delete Save Data. And then you can press the home button to go back immediately to the screen. One other thing that I do as well, I will show you, is I actually remap my controller. I'm using a Procon right now. And what I have done is I've gone into here. Oh, let me show you how to get here. You go to Settings, Controllers, and Sensors. Change button mapping. You can click whatever controllers you have. So this is what I have. I have the Y button set to do plus. This is because we're going to be using the plus button a lot in this run, and I just want to map it to a button that's easier to press. And then I also have L set to Y, like this. So it also doesn't matter if you're using Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl for this run. Both of them are pretty much the same, and it doesn't matter what date, what time you set your switch to. I'll go into the game. The game will take a while to boot up. Don't worry, it's fine. Okay. When you here, if you're doing the English category, you would click English right here. If you're doing a Japanese category, you go to this one right here. I'll be specifically talking about English. So timing for this one starts when you press yes on this text box right here. So for this intro, you just kind of want to mash buttons. Get through the text as fast as possible. What I tend to do, I tend to mash, use my right thumb to mash A, my right index finger to mash ZR, and my left thumb to mash B. Everybody has their own mashing technique, so just figure out what works best for you. So here, for this category, it does not matter whether you pick the boy or the girl, so I'll just do this. Name doesn't matter, just clicking 1 and then the plus button is the fastest thing to do. And your rival name also pretty much doesn't matter, so I'm just going to click the first preset name, which is Clint. The preset names will actually differ by region, so you may have Barry as your first one. I think in some versions of the game you might have Cedric as your first one, but I'm not confident on that. But just pick whatever the first one is. I'm just going to mash through here. After this screen comes up for about like 5 seconds, you can start mashing. Hold close. Okay. So here, as soon as you get control of your character, which is when like the camera kind of stops, you're gonna go into your menu with X, go over to options, and you're gonna set these options. You're gonna set fast text speed, you're gonna go down to battle effects, you're gonna hit off. Then you're going to press the R button, which will page you down to background music. You're going to slide this all the way to 0. The reason for this is because when you have your background music set to 0, it means that jingles will literally just not play. So instead of having to wait for a jingle when you get an item, you'll just get it instantaneously. Now, one thing I'm doing as well in this menu right here is instead of holding left like this, which is pretty slow, oops, didn't mean to do that, I'm doing something called double inputting. Basically what that means is that I'm using my right analog stick and the D-pad, and I'm hitting right analog stick and then D-pad left right away, or like one after the other, like that, and you just kind of do that over and over. And it goes a lot faster when you do it like that. So hit B, and then hit yes here to save those settings. Right. The next couple minutes of the run are like just fairly standard, just getting through the intro, getting your starter, getting the running shoes. Just try to make sure that you're going to your next location as fast as possible. Try not to zigzag too much. Unless you have to go like around something. Oh, one thing I should do for the purpose of this tutorial, you wouldn't normally do this in an any percent run, but I'm gonna do it just because I'm doing the tutorial, is turning autosave off. Okay, so here, you might think it's fastest to go, you know, to the left side, up, but it's actually slightly faster. You kind of want to line yourself up horizontally with, or vertically, I don't know which one, but whatever this way is, with the sign here. So I'm gonna kind of like walk at an angle here until I'm like about here where the sign would be, and then walk up. This makes Barry take much less time to walk up to you. And you're gonna walk over to the left. Okay, we're gonna master this cutscene. So here we're gonna select Turtwig. Your cursor will already start on Turtwig when you do this. What I do is I'm gonna mash through like the text, and then when I hear like 2 clicks, I will stop mashing, and then wait for the yes/no box to show up, and then I'm gonna press up and then A. Your cursor will automatically be on no when you pick your starter, so make sure you hit up. So 1, 2, and then up, A. So here, you're just gonna spam tackle on the Starly. The Starly can take anywhere from 2 to 4 turns. On average, you'd probably take a little bit under 3 turns. Let's see what oh, that's a good one. So yeah, that Starly can use tackle or growl. And if it uses growl, obviously it's gonna take more time. Alright, so you're gonna walk over to Rowan and Don over here. And I hope you enjoyed the part of the game being pretty normal up to this point, because it's gonna stop being normal very quickly. Okay. Hi Nox, hi Sparkle, hi Greta. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm live streaming this, so I actually have, you might hear me talk to people in the chat. Don't worry about it. So, as soon as we exit the house, we're gonna do our first glitch. But first of all, you're gonna need to know how menu storage works. So, here's like the most basic form of menu storage that you can do. So, you're gonna go into your Pokemon. You're gonna go to the check summary screen. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna quickly press A twice here. So the way I find this to be the easiest is that because A and the trigger buttons both they all act as the A button, I press A and ZR very quickly in succession. If you do it properly, you'll hear like 2 little clicks. So let me try to do it really quickly. You kind of heard the doot doot. That means that you have menu storage now. What that means is that now the game has 2 menus open. So if I exit out of the first one, you'll see this. This means that you got it. So the game has a thing where it's like, okay, once you close out of your menu, you'll be able to move. So if I close out of this menu, now I'm able to move. You can hear like the footsteps and the bonking. And if you want to be able to see what you're doing, you can just go like this, and I can move with the menu up now. This is the most basic form of menu storage, and make sure that you are able to do this, like, pretty consistently before you start doing runs. So, the first glitch that we'll be actually doing in the run is door storage. Now, we're actually gonna, I should explain a couple extra things first. First of all, let me save my game, just for the tutorial. The first thing I'm going to explain is how to get double menu storage. So, we're going to go in, I'm going to get menu storage. Now I'm here. Once you're here, you've closed out of the first menu and come here again, do menu storage again. Now I have double menu storage. So even though I'm here, I can still walk around because I have double menu storage. And we're going to need double menu storage for this trick. So first of all, let me show you how to store the door. So I'm going to get a single storage here. I'm going to back out so I'm able to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of enter the door, and then while I'm in the animation of going through the door, I'm going to press B and then leave. So let me see if I can just get it here. Usually I line up myself up better in a run, but I'll just try it here. Press B. And now I'm able to move around. You're in a state right here where you're not going to be able to go through any other doors. You're not going to be able to interact with any NPCs. If you go on the grass, I won't be able to get any encounters. Which is nice, but the problem is I cannot get out of this state once I'm here. So what you have to do is double menu storage. So I will go back into my file. What you do is you get double menu storage. You go into the door, cancel the door animation. You go out of the door so that you have a menu up and you're able to be in that kind of time stopped state. And then when you get to Jubilife, you'll be able to save and quit. So I'm going to show that off first, how you would do it in an actual world record attempt first. And then I will show another kind of safer, easier method of doing this as well. So if you're doing an actual world record attempt, you go like this. Menu storage 1. I'm out here. Menu storage again. Go to this screen. Here, I'm gonna kind of hold up, listen for the door. Once I hear the door, I'm gonna press B, and then kind of go down, left, and up. Kind of go around the house. It is a bit tricky, so sometimes I fail it. So let's see if I can do it this time. Then I start backing out of menus. Like this. So now I'm in the time stop state, and I have a menu up. This means that I can save and quit, which will reset this. So what you can do is you can kind of maneuver yourself around through Route 201, If you need to be able to like kind of see your character, you can press R to bring up the save screen. And then sometimes it's a little bit easier to see your character. And basically where you want to go from here is past here. Once you're like past here, you can pretty much save your game. I'm not going to save quite yet because I'm going to show off a little bit of an easier method to get that door storage. Okay, so this easier method, I'm going to be using something called menu stacking. And here's how it works. I'm going to open Pokemon menu. I'm going to do AZR to get storage. Okay. You're going to get to this screen right here after you've closed the first menu. What you're going to do here is you're going to press B and you're going to mash X. If you do it correctly, you should be hear a menu open and be on this screen. Now I'll show just a couple ways. So now what'll happen is you'll have this menu here and then a second menu here. I'm gonna show off what happens if you miss it early or late. If you press it too early, nothing will happen. If you press it too late, then you'll get a menu here instead of behind this screen. Let me just get it again. Yeah, and if you get it correctly, you'll see this text box down here, but not the menu in front of Turtwig's stat screen. So once you're here, you're going to get storage again. I'm gonna back out of all of these. Back out here. Now you have two menus up. You're kind of able to move. Well, so you go through the door. You close the first one once you're going through the door animation. And now you have a second one up. Because you're not doing it blind, that method might be a little bit easier if you're just starting out. Although I can't say that it's particularly easy in general. It will take some practice. So pretty much any point between, I'd say, about here and where we're going to go next, which is the left exit of Jubilife, you can save your game and quit. So I'm just going to do it over here just to show this is kind of where we're going. So this is probably the latest that you can do it. I'm going to press R. Now, as soon as you press save your progress, the game is already saved, even though it will say don't turn off your game. You can just press home. So, I'll do this. Now, you want to be hitting on this screen to get back into the game fastest. You want to be hitting Y. If you did your controller remapping the same way I did, then you'll be pressing L here. But if you didn't remap your controller, press Y, and then go back into the same profile that you went into before. One thing also is that if you may have it that you'll have it sometimes if the game knows that you're supposed to update the game to 1.1.2, it will sometimes like have a screen when you try to enter the game that says like, oh, please update your game. You want to be careful to not accidentally click that. Just like a safety precaution, if you do have that, bring your Switch onto handheld mode and put it in airplane mode. And in that case, even if you accidentally click that, the game won't be able to update. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing is going into here. We're going to be talking to this guy. Say yes at the first option. On the second yes, no, it doesn't matter what you say yes or no. And now I have the old rod. So, now we're going to be coming over here. And we're going to be doing a whole bunch of menu stacking here with the primary goal of getting out of bounds. So here's how we're going to do that. It's going to be a big process. So first of all, let me save my game here. Okay. I'm going to bring up the menu. First thing you're going to do is you want to do what's known as a double register. And so actually, let me kind of explain that a bit more. So if you have a key item, you can register it. If you register it, it will give you like, oh, press one of these 4 directions. So if you do this, let's say I set it to up here. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, you know, press the start, the plus button, and then you can press up to get it. But if you only have one key item equipped, you don't have to press the up, down, left, right menu or whatever. It will just try to use that one key item. We actually want that up, down, left, right menu up, and we want to be able to store it. So I'm going to be doing something called a double register. So you're going to go into your Pokemon menu here, get storage. You're going to get to this screen. Now every time I move the control stick, I'm actually going to use the right stick. And the reason for that is because I don't want to be moving my character while I'm doing the double register. So here exactly, I'm going to go right stick left, A on this. You're going to get to this screen, press X again. Right stick right to go into your bag. We're going to do this. We're going to register it. I personally like registering on left. Here, and then you close here, close this, press A here. And now we've done a double register. So now you'll see that if I press the plus button, I get this screen, and we really want this screen when we press plus. If you did your controller remapping like I did, you can also press Y for this, which is going to be a lot easier for you when you're actually doing a run. So let's get back into the storage state. So this is where you would be right after you do your double register. So I'm gonna press B and I'm going to mash the plus button. Or if you remapped your controller to Y, then you can just mash Y here. Now, what happened here is that this kind of screen is supposed to be behind Turtwig's stats. So I pressed it a little bit late. I'm gonna do this. Go back into the bag. I'm not getting it this time. Oh, I know why. There we go. So now you kind of heard that it came up, but it's behind Turtwig's stats. This is what you want. So we're going to get one register menu. Going to get storage again. Now we're going to get a normal menu here. So I'm going to press B and then mash X. Good. So there's one. Storage again. There's two. And then I'm going to get storage a third time. And after that, what you should have is the register menu and then 3 normal menus in front of it. So I'm going to exit out of all of this and I'm going to kind of do it again. You can just check to make sure if you've done it correctly by doing that. So this is where you would be after you did your double register. So register menu, get store. I don't think I got storage there. Get storage. Messed up. So here, one menu, storage, 2 menus, and then get storage again for a third one. Okay, and then you should be able to move on this screen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk left toward the GWS girl. I'm going to wait. When you approach her, she'll have like an exclamation mark that comes up. It will go away, and then she'll start moving toward you. You want to exit your menu when she starts moving toward you. So I kind of just have a feeling for the timing. So I'll show it off right here. So I'm going to here. Can't move. Wait. Now I'm gonna press B. And if you did it correctly, you should see this text box right here. If you do not get this text box, that means you messed up and you're gonna need to close your game. So now, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over to what I consider the hardest part of this run, honestly. Even though I feel like a lot of other people wouldn't. What I'm gonna be doing is I want to be pressing B while I'm hopping this ledge. And like, you have a pretty precise timing to do this. So I'm gonna do it anywhere along this ledge except for the very right. Do not do it at the very right of this ledge, because the game's gonna push you right slightly after you do this, and you don't want to get pushed into that tree onto the right side. So I'm gonna hop the ledge and then press B while I'm hopping the ledge. Like this. Now what will happen is that you'll be kind of levitating above the ground. Now, you gotta do this at a pretty precise timing, and I don't always get it, because you gotta walk past Barry right here again. The trigger for the first Barry fight is right here, and if you don't press B at the right time, you will just trigger Barry. So we'll see if I got it this time. See. So I got it. If you do it too early or too late, then Barry will like see you and they'll try to start the fight. So you gotta close your game. You gotta restart this whole process again. After you press Barry, close this menu, and then you can just change your stick direction. Close this. So now you'll be levitating above the ground like this. So now you're gonna come back over here. You're gonna get storage. You're gonna stack another menu. Another regular menu. You're gonna get storage again. Like this. Close out of all of these. So you should have 2 menus stacked on top of one another. You're gonna kind of go over to the GWS lady again and do the same thing. Wait a second and then close your menu so that you get the text box to come up. Now. And now I'll have a menu up and this text box. So what you can do from here, you're gonna walk onto Route 202. You go right here. Now most of these trees, you're not gonna be able to walk past. This is because on each area, the game puts up like huge, super tall and visible walls, like all around the area in most places. However, when the trees are like kind of like indented in, for example, right over here, you can literally just walk straight through the trees like this. So this is how you get out of bounds. Now I'm gonna exit out. I'm gonna show that whole process again, a little bit faster of getting from the initial setup to out of bounds. Alright, so we're here again. So first I'm going to do the double register. So here. Storage. Right here, I'm going to start using the right stick so I don't move while I do this double register. Here. X. Open the bag. Register this on left. Close, close. Register this down. Now I'm going to do the storage of the register menu, so press B, mash Y. Okay, I'm gonna get storage. I'm gonna stack it here, stack 1 normal menu, storage, get here, stack 2 normal menus, storage again, close out, here. Over here. Wait. Now press B. Walk over here. Go to the ledge. This ledge can be kind of finicky. You have to hold like straight down to make sure that it actually makes you jump. If you hold like even at a slight angle, you'll just bonk into the ledge. There. Hopefully that's good. We'll see. So let's see if Barry sees me or not. Did not. Great. I can close this menu. Change my stick angle. Go back over here. One storage. Back another menu like this. Storage again. Now you'll have two menus up. Wait there, press B. Walk over to the trees here. And now you're out of bounds. Alright. So, once we get to this point, we're going to be walking out of bounds, and we're going to be walking, like, super blindly through this area. So, I'm going to try to pull up something, if I can. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. So this is an entire map of the Sinnoh region. This is actually from the original game, but it pretty much works exactly the same on the remix. Now, I'm gonna scroll in here. Am I allowed to scroll in a little bit more? Oh, I don't know what happened there. So, about here is where we are right now. And is this capturing my mouse? I hope it is. It is. Great. So about here is where we are. So what we want to do is we want to navigate from here all the way to over here without being able to see the map. Now, even though the map is like mostly dark, all the collision is like still pretty much there. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna kind of have a set of steps where I kind of go up here. We're gonna go around Orberg, through this gap right here, up all the way here, through this gap right here. We're gonna go above this route, out of bounds. We're gonna go down, kind of into this corner right here. We're gonna go straight right, and then a little bit up. And I will give steps on exactly how we're going to be able to do that. So, let me get back to where we're starting. Here. So, let me get back to my game screen. First, you're going to do, you're going to go up. Holding up. You're going to kind of, once you're here, you go right. Keep holding right. Until you start bonking. Started bonking now. Now I'm gonna go kind of down a little bit and then hold right again. And I'm gonna keep doing that until I'm no longer bonking. So down a little bit, gotta hold right again. Go bonking. Down a little bit, hold right. Gonna keep doing that. And now I'm holding right and I'm not bonking. From here, you're gonna hold right for a little bit, and then hold up. You should bonk pretty quickly. Keep doing that until you're not bonking when you hold up anymore. So I'm not bonking anymore, so I'm gonna hold up. Oh, I'm bonking again. That means I'm gonna go right, and then I'm gonna keep trying to go up until I stop bonking. So right a little bit here, and up, go bonking. Right a little bit here, up, go bonking. Right a little bit more, up, not bonking anymore. So let's go back to our map for me to show you where exactly we are. What I did during that step is we went out of bounds, we kind of went up here. We went here, and then we kind of went around this part of Orberg right here. So we went right until we bonked, then down until we could go right down here. And then we kept going right until we were able to go up. We hit here, and then we went right a little bit more until we hit up here. Now that I'm not bonking up, I can hold up, and I can go from here all the way to up here, which is what I'm going to do next. So, let me do that. This will take probably about like half a minute before you start bonking again. Hi, Head Bob. Okay, now I started bonking again, so that means I am right around here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go right for a little bit until I'm able to kind of go through this gap here. I'm going to kind of go right, keep bonking up until I can make it through, up a little bit, and I'm going to go right. I'm going to hit this wall here, and I'm going to keep going up until I can get above the route. I'm going to go all the way over here until I'm going to keep trying to bonk down until I get over here, in which case I'll be able to go down. I'll start bonking on trees around here, and there'll be kind of like a little corner where you can bonk down and left, and I want to get into that corner. So let me show you exactly how I'm going to do that. I'll hold right for a little bit, go bonking up. Oops, let me actually show the game. There we go. Right for a little bit, go bonking up. Right for a little bit, go bonking up. Okay, I'm not bonking up even though I've pressed up now. I'm going to go right until I bonk. It should take only a few seconds for you to start bonking there. I'm going to go up a little bit, right again. Go bonking, up a little bit, right again. Not bonking anymore. You're going to kind of hold here. You probably want to hold around 20 seconds, I would say, before you start bonking down. I don't have a timer up, unfortunately, so let me just... You're going to start bonking pretty soon. Go a little bit more right. You want to keep doing this until you are not bonking down. Oh, I'm holding down now, and I'm not bonking. You're going to hold down. Okay, bonking down. You're going to go left until you bonk. You should be in a corner where you hold left, you bonk. Hold down, you bonk. Now from here, you're going to hold straight right. You should hold straight right probably about half a minute before you start bonking again. Okay. So what I did in that step is I got into the corner over here, hitting down and left, and then holding straight right. I've gone all the way over here. So I'm actually right beside the Pokemon League right now. With the Pokemon League, though, there's a huge walls, like, all around it that cover it up. But if we use the cutscene that we stored from the 2WS, it can push us through the wall. So now that I'm bonking right, I'm going to go D-pad up about, I think 14 is the right number. I will try it and we'll find out. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now this isn't super duper precise, but it's precise enough that you may want to count it. From here, you're going to use the right stick. Be careful to make sure it's the right stick. Over the bag. You're going to press A on the bag. You should get the Pokemon League header, like that. After you're here, you're going to go right for a little bit. And then you're going to save your game. Like this. I'm going to close it. Okay. Now you're going to be here. Even though the camera's like this, you are on top at the Pokemon League. Kind of just gotta maneuver around until you find the entrance. So I'm gonna kind of go here and go up. Once you hit the entrance, there'll be like a cutscene. If you go too far up during that last step of the void, you will kind of like be stuck in an area where you can't move, and you're gonna have to go to your backup file. Now, what is the backup file? I will go in and show you. So if you save and quit in an area, and then when you come back, you're like not able to escape the area that you saved and quit in, you can go to your backup file. Right here, you're gonna hold up BX. And you can go start with your backup data. And this will take you back to the last loading zone you went through. Which in the case of this run would, oops, I've made a mistake. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Normally in a normal run, I wouldn't re-exit out of the Pokemon League. It would take you back to the, where you got the old rod. Now, there is a faster method to kind of go through the void, where instead of counting, doing all that bonking, you hold directions for a certain amount of time. I will put directions for that in the description of the video. But basically what you would do is you would exit. Once you go past the trees, you would kind of keep holding right and then hold certain positions on the control stick for a certain amount of time. And eventually you'll make it to the Pokemon League. I did want to show it off here, but I don't want to restart this whole thing. So I'll just put instructions for that in the description. And then the next thing we're going to do is berry skip. What we're going to do is we're going to use this escalator over here to go out of bounds. And we're going to go behind the badge check right here. And let me show you exactly how you're going to do that. You're going to be doing a double storage here. So if you remember, one storage, get here, get a second storage, get to this menu. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold left. I'm going to go onto the escalator, and then right as it's fading to black, I'm going to press B. The timing on this is a little bit tricky. I will mess it up sometimes. But I will show you what happens. That. So that's what happens. If you're too late, you're going to exit out. And see, I'm on the top floor. That means I exited out of the menu too late. So I'm just going to kind of go back here. Get double storage. And again, I'm trying to press B as it's fading to black. So if you do it correctly, the screen will be black right here. Press B again. You'll be able to see again. Here, you're going to kind of hold left. You're going to get out of bound here. And then what you would do is you would go around. You can press R so you're able to see your character better and kind of come right behind the badge check, right stick up, and then you would save your game. I'm also going to show off quickly what happens if you go too early. Or at least I'll try to. I might mess it up. But if you go too early, you won't be able to hold left to go out of bounds, and you'll have to save and reset. So let me show that off too. Let me just do it right here. So that should be too early. I'm gonna hold left. You'll see that the escalator's kind of moving, but I couldn't get out of bounds. And unfortunately, you're kind of stuck here. You could, like, save your game and then reset, and it should probably be fine. That's probably the best thing to do if you go too early, to just save and reset. Oops, hit the wrong button. So let me try to get out of bound again, and then we can move on to the next part. This is definitely one of the harder tricks in the run, for me at least, so... that was too early, I think. Let me try it anyways. Yeah, I messed it up. Just want to show it off again, just in case you missed it. Definitely not because I actually messed it up. Okay. You're gonna kind of go left, around here, line yourself up, kind of behind the guard. You're gonna do right stick up, and then save. Okay. Alright, now when you save and quit, you should be here. Just kind of move up a little bit. And then, I'm sorry, move down a little bit. And then hold up. You could be able to go through the door. Alright, now that we're here, we're going to do the Elite Four skips. Now here's how they work. I'm going to show off the safe version of this first, and then I'm going to show off a little bit of a harder version of it. So if we're doing the safe version, we're going to get storage. We're going to stack our register menu. Got the register, storage, stack a normal menu here, X, storage, Stack another normal menu. Storage. Stack a register menu. Okay, we're gonna back out. What you're gonna do when you're here, this is going to be quite tricky. And I sometimes mess it up too. You're gonna hold up. You shouldn't be able to move. You're gonna press B. As soon as you hit the loading zone, very quickly press either left or down so that you're able to use the old rod. Oops, that was way too early. I thought I was way closer than that. So let me set it all up again. Here, B. Like that. What should happen is that when you enter the room, you should immediately get this Rowan's word echoed thing. If you get a black screen, that means you hit left too early. If you enter the room but you get pushed forward instead, that means that you use the register. You hit left too late. What you're gonna do now? You're gonna press B. You're gonna walk over to in front of where the exit door would be. So I'm here. Press B. Use one of your. You're gonna hit left or down so that you can use the old rod, and then you get the Rowan's words thing. And now, the game will do the cutscene of pushing you forward. You're behind the door. Just kind of get behind it. Hold up, like that. If you're a beginner, you should probably save before you do every one of these, because it is very easy to mess it up. I'm also going to show off the slightly harder version of this, which is you get register menu. Here we're only going to stack one normal menu. We're going to stack another register menu. Okay, the first step of this is the same. Close. Now from here, what you're going to do, if you're doing the harder version where you only stack one normal menu, is you're gonna kind of hold up right here and make sure you do not move your stick once you hold up right. You're gonna hold up right, press B. You get kind of there. Let go of your stick, and use the old rod and get through. That is a bit harder because if you hold, you know, too far right, like if you're holding here, you won't be able to make it to the back wall. And if you like change your stick angle at all, the other register menu will go away, and then you'll be stuck in the Elite Four room, and you won't be able to do anything. So I'll show off the safe version one more time. Here's the safe version. You know what, actually, before I do that, I'm actually going to save quickly, just in case I mess this up. I don't want to do all of these over again. So, the safe version is storage, register menu, storage, normal menu, storage, normal menu, storage, register menu, and then back out. Hold up, press B when you hit the loading zone, pivot to left. Press B here, navigate to the back of the room. Press B, use the old rod. You want to make sure when you're using the old rod to at the end that you don't accidentally press a direction where the old rod isn't. Like if I pressed up or right at the end there, then I wouldn't get that the Rowan's words text box, and I wouldn't be able to get pushed forward. I'm going to show off the slightly harder version one more time here for Lucian, which is storage, register, storage, one regular menu, and then we're going to do a register here. Gonna hold up and very slightly right. Press B. Get to the back wall. Let go of the stick. Use the old rod. And then navigate the loading zone. Now for Cynthia, I'm going to save and I'm going to kind of show off 3 different methods of doing Cynthia skip. The first one I will show off is kind of the safe version of the Cynthia skip, which only skips the fight in the room and not an extra cutscene. So I'm gonna get storage, store register menu, go to here, hold up, press B. You're gonna have this menu up. Use the old rod, and then you're gonna kind of navigate to the elevator from here. So how I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go slightly right. I'm gonna go up about 6 steps. Oh, you know what? It's a little bit more because I'm doing the safe. It's a little bit different because I'm doing the safe strat. So let me show this again properly. Right a little bit up until you start bonking. I'm gonna go barely down, and I'm gonna go left. Just hold left, and you'll be able to tell if you're on the elevator or not by whether you're bonking. So I hit the elevator there. And now with this safe Cynthia strat, you have this cutscene in this room that you still have to watch before you actually enter the Hall of Fame room. As you can see, I can't move here. I'm going to show off 2 other methods that will allow you to skip the cutscene in that room, but are a little bit harder. Alright, so for the second method, we're going to do the same as the first method, get storage, back a register menu, hold up, go into the room. From here, what you're going to do, you're going to kind of go here, bonk the wall, go up, down a little bit. You're going to open your menu, and you're actually going to get storage again. Storage again. Back your register menu properly. Here. You should be able to move the menu up. Hit the elevator while you have the menu up. Oh. Did I not do it properly? I thought I did it properly. Ah, I think I know what I did. When you're... Let me close out of this and do it again. So, bonk the wall. Well, let me show it from here. Go right, bonk the wall. Down. Very slightly. Storage. Store the register menu, and you want to get storage again. This will actually make it when you exit out to this screen, you'll actually be able to move. Now I'll go left. Ooh, and it looks like I'm holding left and I'm bonking, that means I've messed up a little bit. So I will go up, bonk the wall, down slightly, and right. Now, sometimes you can get a bit lost. Just try to navigate yourself back to on screen. And then you can kind of figure out where you are. So, one thing I guess you could also do is kind of go here. Probably Cynthia's right there. You kind of have to navigate around Cynthia if you go straight up. Now I've really gotten myself lost. Huh. Okay, there I am. Okay, finally made it. Yeah, it can be a bit tricky. I like canceling the old rod with different, oh, from here? Close your menu, use the old rod, and just walk into the room. By canceling the Cynthia cutscene at different points in time, it can be easier or harder to see where you're going. And let me show off the last method. This method is by far the trickiest, but should be the fastest. What I'm going to do in this last method is I'm going to stack 2 register menus on top of each other right away. So, not like that. 1 register menu. 2, exit out, hold up. Cancel the first one. Mash through this using A. You have to use like A or the triggers to mash through this. And now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to walk by only tilting my control stick very slightly out of the dead zone so that I'm like barely walking. I'm going to go slightly right. I'm going to go up about 6 steps. I'm going to listen out for the steps so I can gauge kind of where I am. That was kind of 7. I'm going to hold a little bit left and see if I hit the elevator or not. Oh, yep, I did. Okay, I still holding left, but I stopped hearing steps. I'm gonna do that. Get into the room. Use the old rod. Go through the text. And then walk through here. So yes, this run is very complicated. It does take learning a lot of different tricks. But it's really cool, and it's very execution-based. Other than pretty much like the Starly at the beginning, it's pretty much all execution. Get through this, I'm gonna mash A. And then your time finish would be when this fades to black. It does take a while in this game, fortunately. So yeah, if there are any questions, you can feel free to put them in the comments. I'll try to be looking out for them. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll also make sure that I put the directions for the faster void walk in the description. And I may record a separate video for that. But thank you for watching.